Hi everyone, welcome to She Brews Reviews. Today we're gonna dive right into, and I know I'm a little bit late, but who cares? We're gonna dive right into the It Ends With Us book and movie review, so stay tuned. Welcome back. If this is your first time visiting my channel, make sure to take a quick moment, hit that subscribe button because I need to get at least, 500 subscribers or 1,000 so that I can go live. I normally like to do these types of reviews live because I love to interact with you all. I love for you guys to comment as I'm sharing on real time. So please hit that subscribe button. To hit that notification bell so that you can be alerted to whenever I upload a new video. Why is this important? Again, because as I do the reviews, I can get your feedback. I can get I can gauge if other viewers are feeling the same way as I am, especially when it comes to content that is relevant right now. So with that being said, also hit that like button and leave a comment. Leave a comment or question or whatever it is. Just type something in the comments so that I can get to know your likes and dislikes about my video and the content that I am sharing. Now that we have gotten that out of the way, let's get right into it. Let's talk about Colleen Hoover's It Ends With Us. Let's start with the book. Now, I've never heard of Colleen Hoover before. This is the first time that I read anything from her. And so how I got to know about Colleen Hoover, I was strolling along Facebook one day. I see Blake Lively and she is doing the movie promo, sharing a trailer of It Ends With Us. And so I like Blake Lively. I've watched some of her work in the past. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this movie looks like it's going to be kind of good. And then, you know, after the trailer, it's like it's based on the book by Colleen Hoover. So I don't know about you, but I am the type of person that if a book is going to be turned into a movie, I like to read the book first. There have been plenty of times where I've seen a movie and then I'm made aware that this was a book. And so then when I go back to read the book, it's either disappointing because the book was better than the movie or the movie was better than the book and vice versa. So here today, I am going to share with you what I think about It Ends With Us, the book. First of all, the book I loved. I loved it so much. I think I finished it in less than a week. It is also part of a series. It's a 2-book series. It starts with It Ends With Us, and the second one is It Starts With Us. And so I love them both. Now, even though the second book got a lot of bad reviews, I loved it because it kind of finishes off with the full picture and the full love story between Lily Bloom, which is the protagonist, and Atlas, which is really the love of her life, right? And so the author does a great job in, kind of tying those two characters together. What I love about It Ends With Us, it is a book that is breaking the cycle of domestic violence. It is breaking generational curses. It is really just ending that with how we have the power as individuals, that even though we've seen certain things happen in our childhood, even though we may have had traumatic experiences, we have the power to not be victims, but to be survivors and to just move forward in a victorious and powerful way. And what I love about It Ends With Us is how Colleen Hoover was able to bring that to life. Are there some points in the book as well as in the movie that may seem a little cheesy or a little bit unrealistic? Yes, but overall the message is a powerful message, especially for young adults, whether male or female, that enter into a relationship believing that it is a loving relationship because of how the significant other portrays themselves, until they get that person into a place where they feel vulnerable and then play on those vulnerabilities, especially when dating a narcissist and marrying a narcissist, as we see with Ryle's character. Now, both in the book and on screen, great job to Mr. Baldini, who is the director. I forgot his first name. I remember his last name. And so he did a great job in depicting at the best of his ability of what they were able to pull from the book and moving it onto the screen. Now, again, the book is not really a type of book that I like to read because, again, it is a little bit more raunchy. Now, again, the book is really heavy on some of the sex scenes, moments, and so that was one of the things that I really didn't appreciate it, because you don't really have to be so descriptive. But again, that is that type of genre. I kind of wanted to read the book because I wanted to read it first before seeing the movie. Now, in the trailer, when I saw the trailer for the movie, one of the things that kind of drew me is because it was a movie on how the young woman, which was played by Blake Lively, overcame domestic violence. And so I kind of wanted to see, you know, how did the story end for her. And so another thing that I would not recommend, the movie is rated PG-13. I would not recommend for a child to see it at that age. However, I would say this. Because of the theme and because of the topic that's being addressed, which is domestic violence, and we're seeing more young women, young ladies entering these types of relationships, even at an early age. If you are going to allow your child to see this at the age of 13 and up, a serious conversation needs to happen after you watch the movie. And to make sure that you build trust with your child, that they will come to you if they begin to see these types of red flags, that they should feel comfortable enough to either come to you and speak to you about it, or to make sure that they have that safe person where they can share this information with. Because I've seen and I've heard a lot of young ladies as early as 13, 14, 15, 16, entering this type of relationship that becomes volatile and abusive. And this is something not only with young women, but also with young men. And I think that this is a conversation that needs to be had with our children, and letting them know that as parents and even family, like siblings, that we are the safe people that they can come to talk about these things, and they don't have to go through this alone. So back to my movie reviews, I just needed to put that disclaimer out there because it is reality and it is something that does happen. I feel that the book was really good in the relationships between Lily, which is the main protagonist, Atlas, which is also her first love, and I think that it was the love of her life, and because of certain circumstances that happened, caused them to kind of separate and for years, and that's why she met her husband, Ryle, at the time. And so I think that for me, after reading, I think she felt more in lust with Ryle before falling in love, because his intentions with her was always of a sexual nature. I think that he was incapable of really loving someone, because that is not how you love someone, by being violent with them. Although I feel like he needed to have some type of help, also because of the traumatic experiences that he had as a child and the things that he went through as a child. Not to make any excuses or justifications for him, but people do things for a reason. They don't just do things to do them. And so, and he is still a human that needs, that is worth saving and worth seeking help, right? He needs help. Any person that does this should find help for them to correct this type of abusive behavior. So the book was really good. The movie was good. Don't get me wrong. I was waiting for months to see this movie. I just felt that it fell flat in the development of the characters. I think that they try to rush the movie so much that even the moments when they were trying to show interaction and cultivation within the characters that felt flat because they were just showing like little snippets here and there. I felt like they even left out some important characters in Lily's life, and even in her reminiscing the past, they left out so many important details. A lot of the reminiscing had to do with flashbacks because of the journals that she kept, and I felt that they could have given more substance to the characters and have more of an impact on the story itself. And I understand that they only have but so much time to try to fit everything in, but I think that if they would have concentrated a little bit more in her other relationships, as well as in giving a little bit more history, that the movie could have been a little bit better, but it was not bad. If I had to give it a grade, I would say I would give it a C+. I would give it a C+. Again, it's not because of the acting. The acting was spot on. I think that Blake Lively did a great job in you really coming and bringing Lily to life, as well as Blondoni, who played Ryle, as well as the actress who played Alicia and the actor who played Atlas. I think where they failed as well is in Atlas. Atlas for me is like the hero of all of this, and I think that they should have done a little bit more. Also leaving out important details that kind of gave them, you know, the nuances that kind of bring the love to life between Atlas and Lily. It's just, I don't know, I just felt like the movie was rushed. I hope, I'm not going to say that I pray, but I hope that if they were to do a sequel to tie in It Starts With Us, that they kind of rectify all of the mistakes and all of the things that were left out from It Ends With Us. Even with Ryle's character, I mean, this man that portrayed that character did such a phenomenal job, and I think that they could have taken his role and just take it to that next level, not to get so graphic with the domestic violence, but kind of really like allowing his character to develop, right? Because in the book, he was the type of person that you would fall in love with because he is a neurosurgeon. He has a good head on his shoulders, or that is what he is perceived to be as, right? And then boom, out of nowhere, his true character comes out. And I don't think that in the movie they allowed that to really come on screen. Another thing is that even in the way that they were portraying the domestic violence, which is good because they weren't getting too graphic, but it kind of seemed a little bit off, because even though that they go back and they kind of tie it in, this is what really happened, I just felt, again, because they didn't give the stories of what caused him to be triggered to become abusive, it just kind of fell flat for me. I don't know. Whereas in the book, it was a little bit more, like I said, I found it more interesting. I enjoyed the book more. Overall, you know, like I said, I give the movie a C. This is why I really can't stand when they want to turn a book into a movie. It's like, it is rare when you get to see a good movie that comes from the book and it's like, wow, the movie supersedes the book, kind of, you know, like I would say like The Godfather, right? You can watch The Godfather and it's like, wow, they did such a great job with, you know, part 1 and 2. Part 3 for me was a little bit but parts 1 and 2 of The Godfather were great. Where you read the book, yeah, they may have left some things out from the book, but the movie, you know, kind of justified the means, right? It's like, wow. So it's really rare that you get that. But overall, I would say I would wait to see the movie when it comes out on TV, but that's just me. Because the thing is that I was like so hyped. I was so excited to see it. And I guess I just placed such a high expectation because of the actress that was going to play Lily. And she did a great job in bringing Lily to life. But even some of her acting was a little bit, I would say, was kind of forced because, again, they didn't give her time to develop that character, even to the point where she becomes pregnant. And in the book, it was just these intimate things where Ryle is really trying to make things up. He's really trying, but still kind of reverting back to his old behavior. And we really didn't get to see that as much. And her relationship with both her roommate as well as her best friend, who ends up being Ryle's sister. Alicia, I think in the book was such a prominent character to Lily, and I think that they just made her like this somewhat shallow type of, I don't know. It is what it is. But again, the book is really good. Will I be reading Colleen Hoover again? I'm not sure, because again, I kind of bumped into her because of the movie promo. I did read 2 of her books. Again, It Ends With Us and It Starts With Us. I liked it. It's not your typical Christian book, because it's not. There's a lot of things in there that many Christians will say, well, this is why, but it is also a part of real life, and this type of thing can happen to anyone. And for that reason, that's why I've read it. And so there you have it. What are your thoughts about It Ends With Us, between the movie and the book review? Let me hear your thoughts. Let me, write it down in the comments. I would love to hear what you have to say. And that's it for today. Until next time, guys, and until the next review, see you later. Bye.